Hi everyone, I'm David Cunningham, the Director of Marketing here at Percussion. I was fortunate enough to go to San Francisco for the annual MarTech Conference. I say fortunate for a couple of reasons. And the first reason is we've had over 110 inches of snow here in Boston, so the idea of heading out to San Francisco for their 70-degree spring-like weather was very appealing. But the second and more important reason why I was excited to go was, as marketers, we're often heads down working on our projects, working with our team, and while we can do some terrific brainstorming with that team, it's nice to sometimes just be surrounded by lots and lots of marketers. And that was definitely one of the first takeaways when I arrived at MarTech the first night. At the exhibit hall, it was just, the exhibit hall, or the vendor gauntlet as they sometimes call it, just really impressed by the sheer number of vendors that were there and the variety. Obviously, some names that I've heard of that have been around for a while, but really some names that I had never seen before. And this is talking across email marketing, content development, testing and automation, of course, social media, and even content marketers. And it was really interesting to just go through all the rows there and to really engage with people and see what they're doing these days. There's just really, really cool stuff going on in the land of kind of marketing technology. Every year, as you probably know, Scott Brinker, who chairs the event, he comes out with this annual kind of MarTech landscape super graphic. I think it's now called a super graphic, and as the detail comes forward, you'll see why. From last year to this year, the number of vendors represented in the super graphic has doubled, and it now includes nearly 2,000 vendors. It's pretty overwhelming, but my takeaway from that is that you could certainly be overwhelmed, and some people are, but I just think it's an amazing testament to really the value of marketing and marketing technology, and that we're all really becoming more and more marketing technologists. So that was a huge takeaway for me. But what's interesting with all this new technology, another kind of quote that stood out came from Corey Craig at Dell during her presentation. One thing that she mentioned was, only through manual work can you learn what to automate. And I just thought that was a really interesting takeaway, that with all of our automation, with our workflows, which is what she was speaking toward, we still have to do some of the hard work. And that's what I'm excited about. I like that I can do a lot of the hard work, find ways to automate this and kind of keep that flow going. But I really like this notion that it's, even with the advancements of technology and this notion that, there's going to be 10 times the spend on marketing technology over the next 10 years, there's still a lot of manual work that needs to get done, and that's exciting to me. It's that there's still a lot of brain power that goes into marketing technology. Another kind of playful takeaway that I had from the event was from Jill Rowley, who's all about social selling. Of course, I'm always talking to my sales team about social selling, and she had kind of probably the first time at a marketing event where I've heard any sort of reference to naughty by nature, and she has this kind of, she's down with OPC, which is other people's content. So it's kind of this notion of curation that we've been talking about, but really reminding sales teams that they can sort of use other people's content, marry it with their own, and become better at social selling. So that was something that I brought back to my team here, which was exciting. And kind of the last takeaway that I wanted to share was actually a physical takeaway that I got from the folks at Unmetric, and it's the shirt that I think just does a great job of kind of summarizing today's marketer. And that while we're obviously still on the hook for developing terrific content, developing amazing campaigns, we're also now on the hook for other things like analytics, tracking metrics, and of course all this data that we're collecting, and more importantly, KPIs. That's really exciting to me, just like the manual work to get to automation. I love that the content that the marketers are developing today have direct ROI, and that it's, with the advent of all this marketing technology, we're able to track it all, and it's a really exciting time to be a marketer. So I just wanted to share a couple of my takeaways from the event. If you were there, I'd love to hear if you had any other takeaways, and if not, have a great day.